All right, guys, welcome back to the Berry Lifting podcast. We've had a busy couple of weeks, so we haven't managed to record something, but we're here today. We've got a new studio set up. We're excited about it, buzzing for it. And we're just going to crash into what we've been at over the past couple of weeks. We've got Lift It or Leave It coming up, and then we've got some of your guys' questions that you sent through via the Instagram page. So, as always, Francis is here, Ethan's here, three of us is back together again. I managed to free up a bit of time to get stuck back into the podcast. So let's do a wee recap this morning. It was a busy morning so far. We bounced into Rawdonsfield School. We were in Rawdonsfield School again to deliver talks. I sat back and semi-chilled it this time. Ethan and Francis delivered it. Going in to the kids, and we're trying to talk basically and encourage basic healthy habits, healthy eating habits, water intake, stuff like that there. Using like our sport and success to be able to just try to get the kids to lock on to like certain wee parts of it. And I noticed that this morning when we were in, a lot of the kids, some kids lock on to certain aspects, other kids lock on to other things. Some people love the strongman, some people love the bodybuilding, some of them just love the medals, and some love the inflatables and stuff. But it was good. Like, what do you guys think of it?
I was spot on. Yeah. As you said, there was a lot of like times when like they were just disengaged, but it was just going about it the right way, so that whenever you were speaking to them, they were actually listening to what you were saying, whether it was like asking questions or like showing off the trophies or lifting me in the air in front of the whole classroom. Yeah,
the lifting in the air, I'm going to have to remember to sort of warm up for that there a bit, because that's the second time I've done it. First time I've done that back.
Why don't we lift you in the air next time?
What, like one grabbing end each?
One leg, one.
I reckon I could do it.
Upper back.
What end would you take?
I'll take a bomb.
Of course you would. That could go horribly, horribly wrong. It was actually the second time I lifted you, like I wobbled a wee bit, and then I went back. I did you?
Because I looked down at you.
And spot you and help your elbows.
Nah, I didn't need no spot. It was grand. It was grand.
I would have been. Never would have went back.
Every time I go to do it, like in schools and stuff now, it's like I've always got an injury before I do it, and then I feel that injury while I'm doing it.
Always got an injury when
I
used to do it.
I have a list of injuries as long as my arm right now.
Yeah.
Just pick one. That was the one that hurt. There was one wee kid in particular really locked on to you at the end of it with a medal.
Aye.
That was emotional. Like, I was just going to like give him the medal, Ethan.
I kind of wanted to.
I know,
no,
but
you would not have given
the participation one, though, not the gold one. I would give the gold medal.
He wanted the gold one.
No, he'll not get it. Well, it's lucky he's getting anything at all.
He didn't get anything. You took it all with you.
He's lucky I considered it.
He went to close the box so many times. The kid was like, push the box lid away again. And he was like, can't when he goes, oh, that's okay. It's your mind.
I was nearly tempted to turn around to the teacher and be like, look, if you be a good boy the rest of the month, Ethan will come back at the end of the month and give you a medal.
No.
Maybe not one of your medals, but a medal. A medal.
Maybe at the end of the year, when I have a few more, I'll give him a wee participation.
Just give him some of the second place, third place ones.
Yeah.
Oh, you coming third place, are you?
Nah.
See, that was a test.
Yep.
You failed. You failed.
Coming third.
It's
a good
first
mindset
place
to have.
focus only.
Self-sabotage. I just want to give him a wee medal, so I'll be like, I'll ruin this prep a wee bit, get a wee second place medal, give it to that wee lad.
That was the first time you introduced yourself officially as a strongman now. That means no turning back.
There's no turning back anyway.
How's training going for
it? Good.
Brilliant. That's what podcast is all about.
No, it's. I don't know. It's going well. It's difficult.
What's your favourite exercise?
Let me answer this question first.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we'll go on to yours.
Yeah.
Favorite exercise. I like.
On that.
See, I like log press. Don't like log press now because it's heavier.
So you don't like log press?
The program's like 100 kg for 3, and then I did 1, and then I tried to do 2, and it didn't move, and then I got angry, and I stopped doing log press. I'm not doing that anymore.
But you don't see the difference of like even last night when we were deadlifting, like about how switching on, locking in is so important.
Oh, but you shouted at me.
Yeah,
I've
because you were lifting it like a big Jesse. You weren't locked in at all. But the minute you lock in and you get fired up, like things move then. Like,
Aye, but I don't need shouted at.
you did last night because you weren't moving it.
He used to slap me.
I used to beat the crap
He
out
knows
of
better
him.
not to slap me.
Batter me. I used to get 2 reps. I used to get 2 reps into 3. Sometimes I wouldn't even feel. It would just take too long. It's just like, what? I was like trying to get myself psyched up for the last one. It's just like, oh fuck, this is heavy. Just bam, slap the fuck.
But you could challenge that, but he can't. He'll just go away in a big stroppy huff.
No, I don't want to be hit.
I
think-
it's that attitude.
Yeah.
He would channel that there, that like into aggression and anger. You just get hit and be like, "What's that for?" and then just walk away off. with a
Aye,
big huff.
last time
Getting
I
hit
was with
doesn't
you
work
and
for
you
me.
tried getting angry in a set, you were doing that pendulum squat. You know, falling
Yeah,
off.
because you know what the problem is? See, if I'm angry, I'm not concentrating on doing what I need to do because I'm angry.
Muscle memory.
No,
You should know what you're doing.
no, doesn't work. Like even the
Your
sandbags.
motivation is shaming. No, but it does work with
It's
you.
not.
Whenever you shame you, then you just like, don't like that. You go and you have a wee think about it, and then you get yourself all angry, and you can see it building in you. Like you'll say something to you, like a wee bit degrading, bring you down a wee bit, and then you go away and you think about it, and
Can
then
we
you
have
come
an
back and
example?
smash. Huh?
Can we have an example?
I can't say it on mic, but last night when he was deadlifting, I was like, "You're lifting that like a," I'm not saying it, and then he sat and he thought about it for a while, and then I could see him getting angry with it and all. Then he came in all hyped up to go.
What do you say?
Don't say it on mic. Don't say I get cancelled. I'm not even cancelable yet. I'm not
He
get
pretty
cancelled.
much said I wasn't a good boy.
Yeah.
You've been a really bad boy.
Just hit me the wrong way.
You're being a really
Yeah,
bad
so it's
boy.
just like, nah.
But no, training is going well for it. Like your log is getting better, even though. But again, it's getting heavier is a good thing. Sandbags are
We're doing
flying.
long today.
Sweet. Sandbags are flying. Deadlift's going. 2 reps, 200 last night. It's moving. Again, like, I guess I've learned to have more patience with this here. But you remember the ball ache we had with your 200 deadlift? That was the most
I
in-depth
think I
coaching
remember
I've
that.
ever done in my life. Like, it was just literally like, why is this not happening? Like, the man's got an arse on like 2 bowling balls, and it's like, why isn't this
just wouldn't-
firing
it
off the
wouldn't
ground?
move.
It was off the ground was your problem.
Nah, it
Like,
wouldn't
once it
budge.
cleared
That'll-
1 inch,
that'll be
the
my
rest
problem.
went. But we eventually got there with it. Like, obviously, he
Weirdly
he
enough,
exceeded
by
it.
the time I got to the Commonwealths and hit my heaviest deadlift, after they, like, I say heaviest deadlift, whenever they fucked it up and they put extra 10 kilos on it. But that 217 was, I failed it from my lockout, not my off the floor.
Yeah.
Flew clean off the floor, like, but couldn't lock it out.
It's probably because God only knows what you were doing the night before and
No,
sunset.
No.
Your hips were starting
No.
to feel.
it's just me and Thomas in that room.
No, but it's good. It's going the right direction. How are you finding your rebound after the bodybuilding's over? You put a wee post up the other day. You weren't that impressed with like.
No, it wasn't great.
No.
It was hard getting back into it because you go from. My appetite's really weird. It takes like a couple of weeks to even get it to go to where I need it to be. So everything sort of needs to be like in advance. So if you're going 4-week rebound, I'll spend the first 2 just trying to get to the rebound. So then it feels like it's like slightly wasted.
Yeah.
And then that there is like almost a spiral, if you get what I mean. But you just sort of like, I sort of just had to put the foot down on it and be like, just get the foot in you.
Yeah.
There you go. Because I was going from like, it was just one day, show day, you're eating like nothing, you're getting your carbs in, that's it. To like, okay, now you need to go back up to like 3,500 calories today. And it's like,
it's a bit of a jump. Like,
aye.
how are you finding the food side of things? The strongman.
Horrible.
It is the worst
Horrible.
part of strongman. And you know what I think mentally. I know this isn't true as such in bodybuilding, but like, if you have like a day where you can't sort of get the food in you need to get with bodybuilding, you're sort of still left with that physique. I know you lose your fullness and stuff like that there, but in strongman, when you don't eat, you're not strong.
Yeah.
So everything just disappears, like
Yeah.
just because of food.
The only things I notice is, like, if I were to have a week now of solid eating, exactly what I'm meant to be eating, I'd be 10 times bigger.
Just do that. Then.
Just literally just
Here,
from
write that down.
getting the carbs in, filling up again, adding on an extra couple of kilos. I would just look way bigger, like 10 times bigger than I am right now, just by doing that.
That's the way it works.
But it's maintaining that, because then if your food drops off again, then you just go back downhill again.
I think the mental thing. It's definitely like I remember being when I was over at Brits and I was over at Europe and stuff, and like, you had like Eddie and and Terry and Laws and all was still competing at the time, And then boys come down in the morning and they just ate mountains, like mounded plates of food, shoveling it in them like they had no care. I'm sitting there, anxiety riddled to the eyeballs, like trying to get 3 Weetabix in me and like gagging on every mouthful, like, and it's like, but it gets really frustrating because it's like in strongman, you know, like food is like so important. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't eat, you don't get strong. And then whenever you have that in the back of your head, like when you're training, I don't know if it's a mental thing or not, but you think, well, what have I ate today? Or I've had a wee bit of a breakfast and that's it. Or, geez, I haven't got a lot of fuel in me. And then you're sort of mentally almost taking yourself out of the training session. Like, but I don't know what it is. Like, I had a great appetite until I went back to strongman training. And then I go back to strongman training, like, my appetite's just crap again. Like, this is going back to be bad. But
it's weird how that works. Because you would think training like consistently, properly, and everything, and the intensity you're training at, you'd be hungry.
I think it's like a stress thing or something in the body. Do you know what I mean? But I am going to get the appetite increases and try and like push it on, like, because it does, not even just physically, but like looks wise, physique wise, and all the rest of it. Like, you got like, it makes such a huge difference. Like, you know, while you're going through the training. But talking of physique wise, like your physique has changed something shocking since you started strongman. You're about like a month in, and you're literally like twice the physique you had before. Like, the size wise is flying up. Your back's absolutely huge. Like, it just shows. But like, you know, you stop the beauty training, you know, you stop the vanity training, and you just concentrate on getting strong, and then your body's just reacted to it.
It goes hand in hand, so it does. I always find lifting heavier for me made me look better.
Yeah.
Filled me out more as opposed to doing like 15 reps and 4 sets of something and then moving on doing another 12 sets of 3.
Yeah.
I always find doing heavier and eating more just give me a fuller look, which I think suits me.
Yeah. No, I always find pulling big deadlifts, like when you're up at a peak of your deadlift, like your back and all is just ridiculous. But as well as that with squatting, like when you're squatting your biggest weights, your legs are the biggest they're ever going to be. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know if I can get my squat back to what it was. But
not with that attitude.
Not with this body.
Not with that attitude. No, true. It's a mental thing.
Nah, I don't even want to squat that weight again.
Stop lying.
I don't, like, because the pain that's going to come after it will not be worth it. Like,
what is the weight?
The biggest raw squat, like non-suited.
Nah, suit.
With suit, 410 with a suit and knee reps. Non-suit was 375.
What were you better at whenever you were like prime strongman? Squatting or deadlifting? What would you better lift?
For a while it was squat. And then, see, so I've got this mad motivation with squat. It's amazing how wee things in life like trigger you, and it's always been that way with me. Like, so my whole reason why I got into I got fascinated with getting big and strong, and in particular got fascinated with having huge legs, was Jonah Lumu did a interview on the Kelly Show, and I remember sitting like in the living room. Jonah Lumu was a New Zealand winger. He had a wee tuff, like just here, bald head and a wee tuff.
He was a winger built like a number 8.
He ran the 100.
See, when you say
sprint,
a winger built like a number 8, that makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Big fucker.
He was about 20 stone, 21 stone, and he ran the 100 metres in I think it was 9.7 seconds. Just short of the world record, like just like one out of the world record. I can't remember what the exact number was, like 0.01 outside the world record. Like, he was incredible. Like, but he sat in the Kelly Show, and I remember my dad turning around to me. We were sitting in the living room watching it, and my dad was like, "Look at the size of the legs in that man." And right enough, he had legs, just these huge big legs, just sitting like taking up the whole seat and all. And then I just got fascinated about having big legs, and then years later, Lauren Shalley came over to the NIP. You ever remember the old videos I showed you in the leisure centre where my legs were at their biggest?
Yes.
And Laws turned around and said about the size of my legs. He says, like, we're all in trouble if you ever focus in on your squat. And he was like, the genetics you have for squatting, he says, is insane. He says, the size of your hips and your legs and stuff. Then that stuck in my head, and then I like really went after. But the problem, looking back, I made in the squat was like I peaked the squat up to that 410 with a suit, like 375. That was all at the one time. I like peaked myself up to that by pushing the boundaries of the squat all the time. So like every time I was coming in, I was working like an 80% plus margin.
Okay.
So maybe done like 2 reps of like 300, And then like the next week, maybe like went for like 2 reps, 300, and then pushing a 320. And like every week was like that, like always pushing the load, never building a base. And that was my biggest problem, was that when I got to that level of them lifts, like literally 2 weeks later, I couldn't even squat 300 kilo. I had like no base, so I went from like 375 to not being able to shift like 300. So it was like, and then that sort of taught me like how important building a base is, or how all that rep work and all at the start. Then with injuries and stuff like that, I never got it back anywhere near. I did 300 maybe like a year and a half ago.
I think I remember that.
I did 300 for a squat, like, but never any real focus on it or any real work on it, like. But it just kills me now squatting, like. It's just so much knee pain, back pain, but it's still squatting, like, it's still moving, like. So you never know, it might come back. I would like to squat, but what I was better at on consistently was deadlifting. Should never have been, like, wasn't like built for deadlifting, like, you know what I mean. I don't have the levers and the mechanics for deadlifting, like, but like I would have been more consistent with deadlift over the years, where my deadlift was always good. And I had the Northern Irish record in the deadlift at the time, like years ago. Had it for like 4 minutes. A guy that came out after me beat me. Raging. Yeah, I still won the competition on Wilkes, but I was raging, like, because they only had it, like, you were like, oh, the biggest deadlifter in Northern Ireland. Ah, no, I'm not. That was it. It's just gone, like. But yeah, no, but it's good to see like how your training and stuff's going. Comp wise, then, what's your first one? First one is
July 8th or 6th.
6th.
July 6th.
Coach / manager here. / tour guide / flight booker / equipment buyer / everything.
Good man. Yeah, it's over in, where is it?
Preston.
Tell you what, you talk about it.
I asked him the other day how many shows you know.
He's got 4 booked.
Where are they? When are they?
So you got Preston coming up for the Chaos Beginners Comp.
Chaos Beginners
Should be a good wee comp. And then after
Well,
that there, you've got Irish Loglift and Deadlift Championships, which is just being announced. It's taking place in the older fleet this year, so like that's going to be a sick competition. Then after September, going to get you into that. I think it's called the Shed. There's a beginners or novice category in it, and then in November, then we'll both go over and do the Fit Expo for the long and deadlift at the Fit Expo in Birmingham. It'd be good if you could do a bodybuilding show at that too.
Oh, that'd be handy, aye.
The 3 of us all go over and compete.
Is that an ABBA one?
I don't know what it is. Just
What's
going
Fit
to
Expo?
When's it? November?
November.
I have my prep finals sort of towards the end of October.
Right, do it.
I wonder what the
I
bodybuilding
can
is.
carry on from there. It's usually NABA at the Fit Expos.
Aye, because Dave was over at the last Fit Expo, wasn't he? Aye.
And there was the big NABA show going on. But I don't know if that NABA show last year was the British finals or not.
I don't know. Can't remember. But it'd be good all 3 of us going away one weekend competing.
I'll ask Dave about it.
As long as we win. If we don't win and he does win, that's just going to be...
Oh, I'd win, it's alright.
We need to now.
I'd win.
I'll ask Dave about that because if he replies, I sent him over.
Why are you saying that in the pause? He's watching this, he's going to fight with you now.
Dave,
if you're watching
look
this,
straight at him then, look
reply to
straight
my
at
fucking
him.
messages. I sent him over a list of the shows we want to do for the end of the year. 2 days ago, not a single word heard. Nothing. He's read them.
That's just him getting back from Worlds and stuff, trying to get caught up and shit.
Yeah, he's busy, leave him alone. I don't reply to people for weeks. And what I do reply to people all the time.
No, because it's part of your job.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
SBD comp and squat bench deadlift comp's coming up in the gym. You're the organizer. Tell us about it.
So it pretty much came from a bunch of young lads in the gym who are all, actually quite a few of them are very strong.
Very strong.
Actually quite
Stupidly
strong.
strong.
Yeah. Wanted to set up just like an event with their mates. Just like an event. It was just them wanting to come in and like do all their maxes with their mates in a big group and see how much they could all lift and sort of do a halfway competition against each other.
Yeah.
And then we caught one of it a couple of months before. I mentioned it, and then we ended up setting up. I think it was you got speaking to some of the younger lads, and then we decided we'd go forward with it. So there's no weight classes or anything. We're not going to do like that there. Just most weight lifted. Keep it chill as well, because at the end of the day, it's just a fun day for a bunch of lads wanting to lift some weight
Yeah.
and do their maxes. So see how it goes with them. Just squat, bench, deadlift. Get the 3 lifts. We'll judge them and everything. Probably not judge them to the extent of a powerlifting show.
Nah, I will.
Because
No,
You're not going to do it right. You're not doing it at all.
Yeah, do it right.
Nah, no, we keep it fairly relaxed. Like,
No.
tight enough, but fairly
some of
relaxed.
those, the only reason I don't want to do it like to the same level of powerlifting show would be is a lot of those lads haven't had coaching, which is mad for some of the weight they're lifting. Like there's what,
Well, sure, that's what we were talking about the other day.
like some of them are 16, like pulling over 200 now.
Yeah.
Like repping 190 odd on deadlifts and stuff.
As long as they lift it in a safe way, then I
Yeah,
would give it. As
none
long
of
as
them
it's a
are
safe way.
doing it in a way where it's like you shouldn't be on barbell right now.
Yeah.
But they also don't have the knowledge to like go full depth in a squat and the coaching to like know their mechanics of how to do it properly and their mobility and stuff and why things aren't doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
They're just sort of being pushed through and doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So I think it would be slightly unfair to judge everybody for, you know,
Yeah.
to the exact detail because
We
they
did-
don't
did say
know
the
what
other
the
day
exact
with
detail is.
Not having straps, like
Yeah.
no lifting straps. and stuff. Just because of the age of the guys, like I'd rather their grip goes before their back goes, type of thing.
Yeah,
Like, do you know what I mean? If you're strapped in, your grip's not going to go. So you know, first things there's other things that go. Like, but it should be a good day, and it's a good one for the gym and all the rest of it. Like, so
Yeah.
it just slips out.
So it does.
Right, let's fire on to like lift it and leave it. You going first,
You go first.
Francis?
Yep.
What's
Why
your
you
lift
looking
and
at
leave
me?
it?
I thought you were going to go first.
No, you go first.
Okay. My lift it or leave it is. See, the thing is, it's not really a leave it, it's more just do it. Stretching and activation work before your workout. Something I didn't used to do. Used to maybe like do a wee rotator cuff stretch or something. But with the strongman training, it's like a good 10, 15 minutes. It's spent warming up, stretching and activation work. And then
Whenever I used to warm
yeah.
up before we did stuff, you used to look at me and be like, "Oh, you fucking bitch, are you?" That's what you used to say to me every time I warmed up. Whenever we were
No, I
like,
didn't. I used to
whenever
be
we
like,
were
"That's
benching all the
good."
time, you'd be like, "What are you doing that for? Just lift the bar." Be like, what?
See, now I changed my mind because he's annoying me.
How
I will not
times
do it
how
anymore.
times change? How times
No,
change?
you still to do it.
No.
It does make a huge difference. I do think again it's a bit sport and performance, but like especially whenever I hit sort of 30, my warm up sessions should be nearly as long as what my bloody training sessions should be. But it's only something that I sort of learned in the last 6-7 years is like how important activation is and stretching, mobility work and all before you lift. Makes it like I've seen it with a lot of you guys where like there's a problem.
See if I don't do the activation or anything, I'm just so sore.
You
And,
were
like,
saying the other
weird.
day, like if you don't do your bird dogs,
Aye.
that's
Glutes
like
and all,
that's you.
hips and everything is just like tight. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
can't do that.
Glute activation is a huge thing. Huge thing.
I
'Cause
didn't
see
know
if they're
about
not
that
working.
until
I
you
was,
can't do
we spent a
shit.
while doing that last night
Yeah.
before deadlifts. That's
Whenever
right.
you first took us for that very first powerlifting session, like what that was a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
And the first thing you did was brought us through stretches and warm ups. It was like king deadlifts and like glute activation and stuff. We didn't have a clue what we were doing, but like they're all staples now, no matter what I'm doing.
Like, you wouldn't be with it. Like it's not like. But then, see, to be honest, if I was going in for a bro session, do you know what I mean?
No, I
Or I'm
wouldn't
just
do
going
it,
in for a
no.
hypertrophy session, I wouldn't
No.
bother my hours.
No.
Because I look at hypertrophy training as being part of like that. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll like
Yeah, no, I'd be the same.
If you're
it
doing
was just
like-
like, oh, well, we hit shoulders and arms here, I'd be like, I'll hit shoulders and arms.
just a light set to warm them up.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Just shoulder press, bang.
But then whenever you're looking numbers on paper, so to speak, you're looking like to get results out of your training session and you're looking to hit specific numbers, you know in your head, if everything's not firing here, I'm not getting them
Yeah.
numbers. Like, do you know what I mean? But no, it's a huge, and there's like it's almost like, I almost feel if I don't get that right now, then I don't lift right. Like the first good deadlift session I had back, just felt everything was firing right, and then that's why it felt good. And then, yesterday, was it yesterday I was deadlifting?
That was
That
it.
was
Yeah.
I. Yesterday, like, I started doing my warm ups and stuff, started deadlifting, didn't feel right, actually pulled back, did a bit more glute activation and stuff, and then went back in to finish it, like. So it plays a huge part, like.
I guess some people overlook a lot is if they go into their warm ups and they're not feeling right, Or they'll just be like, "Aye, sure, I'll be grand whenever I get to my heavy set."
Yeah.
And then it's like, nah, you probably won't, to be honest.
I've
A
never
lot
done
of
it
the time,
before.
like,
Until
whenever
the
I
last
was-
4 weeks,
Yeah.
there was no warm up, no nothing. It was just
You wouldn't
get
do
the
it.
session done.
Like, I remember warm-ups are a big thing as well, like even just your warm-up sets. I remember if I went in to do anything and it was like I was meant to do like a certain weight, a certain amount of reps, and I went into my warm-ups and I was like, that doesn't feel right. It's like usually if it didn't feel right, it wasn't going to go right. It was like, so take the time and then make it, go into it whenever you feel right, and then you can actually do what you're meant to be doing.
Yeah. I remember listening to the podcast. Something tells me it's something to do with Joe Marler or something, but I might be wrong. Where they were talking about like professional rugby, and they were saying that a lot of like club level guys wouldn't even be fit enough to get through the warm up before a match. They do like an hour and a half, 2 hours of like from where they start to like warming them right up to like drills, match play and all that there. And it's about 2 hours in total of actual like training, and then you have to play an 80-minute bloody game.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And they were saying like even just the warm ups, like the standard of fitness you need to go through all the warm up work and like the pre game work before you even start to play the game is like a workout session in its own, like for a lot of people.
Like I know a couple of lads playing club rugby at the minute who, like, you get like halfway through a training session and they have to go stand off at the side and all.
No.
And it's like mad.
Yeah, that's just standard for club rugby, but
Aye,
just a lot
normal.
of guys are just there for the pints and the social side of it, like.
Aye, well,
You know what I mean?
which
Way to
I
be.
suppose.
That's,
Way to be, isn't it?
Be me in like
You
next
get
20
fined
years,
if you
like.
don't go to your hurling.
I know. That's why I have to go.
aye, you get fined if you don't go for a pint. I bet you don't have to pay a lot of fines there.
Because you're always getting a pint.
Nah, sometimes. No, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's sociable. Some people like the sociable aspect.
Okay.
The so left it for that there, left it for pre-activation and warm-ups. My left it and leave it is run it straight.
If only we had a big, massive area here with more cameras so we could do it right now.
Run it straight.
Run it straight. You know the TikToks now showing you in the pubs
Aye.
where they've got. Apparently it's like these
Bad.
competitions like $6,000 for the winner. Run it straight.
Aye, it's
But there's
mad.
your boy died now.
Aye, someone
Aye,
died
but
from
there's
it,
everybody dies in all sports. Like this is the one-off.
took the most dangerous part of rugby and made it
I
a
know,
full-on
made it
sport where you get
full on,
paid.
like, yeah.
Nah.
I would love to do it, right? And I think me at my best would have like champed that with anybody.
Oh, I'll
the
take
body
it.
I have now, I just feel that it would be like one of the Transformer movies where something just hits them, they all body parts just fly everywhere type of thing. I get images of that in my head of being like things will just break, Chris, like you know what I mean? But then I was thinking about doing it. I was going to challenge Big Barry to do
I
a
think
run
you
it
should
straight.
still.
We'll do it in the cave.
I wouldn't do
10 metre
that.
stretch. I'd have him.
No, not for that reason. Barry doesn't know how to tackle. It would just be douche, and just one of these would be knocked clean out because
Yeah,
he can't dip. He can't dip at all. He's just going to collide.
Barry
The
doesn't
man's
need
like
that. Barry
6.5 foot.
Barry just
He needs
stands
to learn
there.
well.
No, Barry can just stand there all he wants.
Just stand there at
Just
once,
stand
and then
there.
just two heads colliding
Maybe
in the background of the
Give a wee
in the
shoulder in or
cave, like.
something.
Right enough, like it is, whenever you're getting tackled by somebody who's taller than you, it's annoying because you just get smothered up in them a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But if they go down on you and you're hitting one area, you can just smash them out the road. But if they stand tall and you go in, it just feels that you're getting like smothered. You can't get that same bang at them. Like,
I think you should do
If you
it.
if you lower
I'm
your
all
height
for it.
enough going in against like a guy way taller than you, you usually end up just slipping in beside his hip, and then he's just like he doesn't know what the hell's happening to him. Because he like, what's he gonna do? He's like all the way up here, all the way down there. He almost has to just reach around and grab you.
then I get the feeling that I go full send. You know,
You
as
break
in,
something.
Aye, like a calf will probably pop off before you even get anywhere near the guy. Like,
It'd be like a 10-meter run, 8 meters in.
I wouldn't even, if I went full send, I wouldn't even get 8 meters. It'd be like 3 meters in, calf would go or something, hamstring would go.
I wouldn't want to see him.
And then
I
you
wouldn't
just
want
stop,
to
you
see
see Big
full
Barry
send.
running
Like,
towards you still. Barry don't stop.
I remember that day we were at the beach doing the cold dip in the morning, and he turned around.
Was I
like,
there?
I don't think so. You probably not, because you didn't go on any cold dips. You went once, sat in there for 30 seconds with me, and then left, and me standing there myself.
It was
The
cold.
last time we went for a cold dip, you went under your ankles and went back out.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
because
right.
it was a Matty's night. It was a Thursday night. We could have been for pints instead we were in the ocean.
Nobody told me
Dude.
that before we went for a cold dip. I didn't think
Should've
mine
done.
would have still been open.
Could have done both.
We did.
Yeah, there you
Well,
go.
I did. I went in for a dip and then went to
You
Matty's.
just put the wee ankles in. You're like, nope, too cold. Let me go.
Yeah.
Matty's here.
Yeah.
It's because we were skinny dipping and he didn't want to do it at Ballygally. He was like, people's going to see.
It was
I was like, nobody will see it. It's pitch black.
No. I don't even think I took my clothes off, actually. No, I
No, you
did.
did, aye.
No, it was horrible, though. It was like 10 o'clock at night. It was dark. Matty's was 2-minute drive up the road. And they were like, aye, let's go in the ocean. We'll splash about a bit. No.
Aye.
No.
Brilliant.
We did go in, but then I didn't think Matty's was open. I don't know why. I thought it was 10
What
o'clock.
time?
Sure, the time you're going to get there or not. I didn't realise Thursday night and all the rest of it. And then he was like, we could have been at Matty's instead. I was like, sure, it'll be closed. He's like, it's Thursday night. It's open to 1. I was like,
It's open to 1 on
what the
Thursday.
fuck am I doing going into the
It's
water?
open until the last person leaves. Matty's don't care, Matty's. It's open. So you get wee John or someone working. He'd stay open all night for you, have a couple of pints, it'd be sweet.
But I reckon I'm even on the fence. We'll lift it or leave it for it because lift it because I think I could smash it. Leave it because I think I would break.
I'd left it.
I'd leave
Who'd
it.
won between you two?
Me.
Me.
Come on. No.
Nah, Ethan would win that.
Right, we'll test
I've,
it out.
I've
Nah,
seen him
nah,
hit,
we'll
like
test it.
I've seen him what today?
Yep.
Actually,
Yep.
Right here, right now.
In this
that's
wee
gonna
room.
hurt you like a lot.
I hurt him.
No.
I had seen him hit like he's a hitter. Like
I don't understand the rule. I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care about the rules.
he's the type of person that if you want to take him down, you need to get like a 4x4 bit of timber and smash it over his head.
No, I reckon I
Because
take it.
anything else, he's just like, duh. It just hits. Nothing phases him.
No, I take you down still.
No.
I will. We're doing it today.
Okay. We
Right.
can.
I'm recording that.
Right.
We'll go to the rugby pitch. And we'll do it.
No,
on
we'll do it in the
rugby pitch.
cave.
Don't
on
do it in the
green.
cave. It's hard in the green. Go to grass.
It's actually quite hard in there. Like, I'd be feared to do it on there full send.
So we do it on the grass on the way home.
Aye.
Class. I managed to avoid this well. That's going to be a disaster, so you're going to regret that. Right, lift it or leave it.
Leave
Well,
it.
you two are lifting it because you're doing it.
No,
Oh,
I'll
I'm
leave it.
lifting it.
I'm going to
I'm
do it to
lifting
prove
it.
a point that it's a bad idea.
I'm lifting it.
I'm going to go lifting it. I still think it's a cool sport. I've had a few beers. I may 100% do it.
No.
Unreal.
Bad sport, injuries, deaths. Bad.
But you're lifting and leave it, Binda.
I just think it should be an automatic lift anyway, but goal setting and good goal setting. So, like, not giving yourself mad goals and not being pleased whenever you're not reaching them quick enough. I think people set too many big goals and not enough small ones. So they're like, I want to hit a 200 kg deadlift by the end of the year, and they've just started the gym. And it's like, no. Focus on getting here first, focus on getting your 60, focus on getting 100, 140, whatever, and then build up from there.
Yeah.
Rather than being like, I want to hit this is what I'm going to do, and be just disappointed when you don't hit it. Because that's
Yeah.
what, in the gym, really, like, you know, what gets you stronger, what helps you build muscle. It's like most type progressive overload, adding small weights over time. So why are you not focusing on doing that consistently all the time, rather than just thinking, flip, I want to lift this mad weight here.
Yeah.
It's like add the small ones, build up, then you lift it.
Yeah. It's even the same with people who are like trying to lose weight and they come into the gym like I want to shift 2 stone. It's like, right, well, we focus on 2 stone. You're going to be really pissed off for a while. Like, you know,
Yeah.
let's focus first week £2, next week £2 or whatever. Like, you know
Exactly
what I
the
mean?
same thing.
Yeah, like it just having big overall goals is like a good thing, but like splitting it down, managing it into like, you know, smaller achievable goals is like the main thing about it. Like, but you do like that's one of the respects when you're a strength athlete. If you get that at the start and you can leave your ego at the door and realize like, if I want to deadlift, say for example, 300 kilos, if somebody wants to pull 300 kilos, the amount of groundwork and base work has to go into that, of like not lifting anywhere near that, and a lot of like almost like cardio based workouts with like high rep sets and all that have to go in,
Yeah.
is just madness. But I sort of had it explained to me once before. It's like if you think about like the top of your goal is the 300, and if you think of that 300 stacked on like 1 block, 2 block, 1 block, 2 block, 1 block, 2 block, 1 block, 2 block, for all these singles, doubles, singles, doubles, singles, doubles, all the way to the bottom, then that 300 at the top is going to sway. But if you start off at the bottom with like hundreds of blocks of 100 kilos, and then hundreds of blocks of 110 kilos, and hundreds of blocks of 120 kilos, and then you have all these reps is all built up, and it builds this huge big pyramid set up, and at the top of that pyramid there's the 300 kilos, and it's got this huge big sturdy base in below it. like that base doesn't disappear. Like that base is like the key to coming back. And like if you ever have like time away with an injury and all, and you come back, the base never leaves. The base is like a strength that always stays with you. The peak will leave, but like the base remains and like stays all the time, and that's why like you focused on bodybuilding for so long. Now you haven't been lifting heavy around, but you can still pull a good deadlift. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can still like challenge a good bench and challenge a good squat.
Like if I were peaked to deadlift on that, I'd probably be pulling about 215 odd.
Yeah.
But I'll always be able to pull upward of about 200 normally at this point.
Yeah.
Like I could lift, if I warmed up, went in, I could probably pull 200.
Yeah.
And that's just with me. And as
You
you were saying
always
earlier,
got
that was
that
such a
base.
struggle to get there. But we did so much work on it over so much time. And then ended up hitting it. And then built up obviously from there even more and even more. So now that's just like, that should just be baseline for me.
People need to respect, like, you know, like in strength sports, to have that time. It's a patience game, and a lot of it's a frustration too. Like, I done a post about it the other night about like the frustrations that people, you know, experience when they train for a strength sport, train properly, is that you can't have it your way all the time. Like, you know, like you'll get a lot of sessions where it's just like frustration and being pissed off and all. It's how you react to that. Do you know what I mean? Is the key to whether you're going to succeed or not. If you just lose the head and throw the bat in because you didn't pull the weight you wanted to pull or lift what you want to lift, then, you know, you're wasting your time. But like if you come back and you respond well off it, try to fix any problems that would arise, then that's when you can keep like sort of moving forward. But like obviously you've experienced this so far. Like every time you come in can't be like a perfect session. Like it doesn't work that way when you're challenging yourself with strength. Like you can come in and get you know, if you're doing your bro training, you can always come in and pump up. You'll always get a pump. Do you know what I mean? Whereas strength training just has that reminder of numbers and all the rest of it, and it's different mindset, and it needs a different mindset. Like, but I definitely experienced. I think that's like moving us on to. We got a Q&A through on the Instagram. You must have been talking about like motivation and discipline or something in the last podcast, did you?
We did.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Because somebody was asking a question for that there. You talked about the difference of motivation and discipline. How do you keep it focused in the forefront of your mind? So like moving on from what I was saying with, you know, to try and stay consistent.
I think this actually goes really well in my lift or leave it, and it's goal setting and small goal setting.
Yeah.
Is probably how I would have kept it in the forefront of my mind, especially like during prep there. It was like always just having a wee like small goals for every day, or at least one bigger one for the week.
Yeah.
And then just having that week on week. And then that way you're just always moving towards it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter, you know. One, it helps keep your motivation there. Motivation's not obviously going to stay there all the time, but it sort of helps having something to work towards every day and every week. And it's not just like, oh, I've got a show in like 4 weeks. It's like, oh, I've got to do this. I get to do this thing today to prep for that show in 4 weeks. I get to do this thing this week to prep for the show that in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, you get to go like that there, so it sort of keeps the motivation there, but also it keeps you disciplined because you're still continuing to do those things.
I found like with me over the years, like, this isn't clients, because I think if somebody's your client, you have like you have a duty and a responsibility to like stay on top of their motivation, like you know, keep them accountable to their discipline and all the rest of it. It's different with clients, but I've had a lot of people over the years come to train with me, or come and been trained by me, and you know, in a helping out sort of aspect type of thing. And the amount of people that I've had come, like, you know, wanting to be a strongman, and I was actually thinking about this last night, and it's just from day one you just know, nah, you do not have what it takes. Like you just, and I've never been wrong, and I'm talking dozens of people like over the years, and I've never been wrong once where I'm like, nah, you don't have what it takes. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have the heart, you don't have that sort of wee want missing in your head type of thing. You know what I mean? You need to have like that real hunger, drive, like that real like fuck you attitude type of thing, like, you know, and being able to put your body through like a lot of pain, like a lot of fucking pain. Like
This is just a question that I think sometimes probably not great from a PT standpoint, because obviously everyone thinks differently and there's different goals and there's different mindsets, but like I would have always been like if I wanted to do something, I would have put my all in it. I would have been passionate about it. You know, if it was something I enjoyed and I wanted to do, there would have been passion behind it. Do you ever not find it mad that some people just can't do that? I know that's kind of a bad thing to say, and it's kind of,
Yeah.
you know, obviously people are different, but
We'll just cut that out, mate. It's alright.
but it's a, like, you know,
No, I get what you mean, and I think it's the realization of
it's like you have to realize like
you
there
don't
comes a time
want
where
it
you're-
enough.
Aye.
And that's the thing. Like there's so many people like, you know, will come wanting to like transform their bodies or like lose weight and stuff like that. And you know, they come like full of motivation because this is what they want to do, and they can only retain that motivation for like a couple of days,
Aye.
and then they lose it, and they feel that they've quit because they've lost their motivation. But it's like, no, you haven't. The reason that you've stopped right now is because you don't want it enough,
Yeah.
and that's fine. Like there's not, that may sound bad, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like
Aye,
you know what I
that's
mean?
exactly what I mean. Like it's not.
As long as you
Everyone has
realise that,
different
yeah,
mindset for it.
because so many people might have like different things going on in their life. Like, you know, take somebody wanting to like lose weight, do a transformation, and they come to like take on that challenge, and then after like 2 to 3 weeks, you see them starting to fade out, get into bad habits again, like cheating on their diet, not doing their training sessions, stuff. Motivation is dropping. You try your best to help them pull it back. You know, remind them why you first started this, but it's going like, and it's dropping, and sometimes you have to look at it and be like, well, you know, you're just moving house right now. You know, you've got kids that are like causing this issue and that issue, maybe going through a breakup with a partner. Like, there'll be a lot of stuff in your life that's going on right now that's just taking priority over this, and that's fine. But I do think like it just simply comes down to sometimes you just don't want it, and that's fine. And sometimes you say that to people, it gives them the right effect that they need. Sometimes you say that to people, look, you just don't want it enough, and then they're like, "What the fuck you do?" Like, you know, and then they actually show you. Brilliant, worked. Do you know
So
what I mean?
that would have been something that would have probably sparked me as well a wee bit if anybody would ever turn around to something I was usually, because it would have been something they'd been passionate about, because I was doing it and they were ever talking to me about it like that there, it was something I was doing and I was motivated to do and was passionate about doing it. Hearing someone say that to you about something you're like more than happy to be doing and motivated by and want to be disciplined in,
Yeah.
and hearing them turn around and say, mate, you just don't want it,
Yeah,
is like, fuck.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it gets me angry thinking about it. I hate it.
I remember one thing, and you maybe heard me saying this before when I'm about to lift. You ever hear me shouting, "There's nothing in you"?
Yeah.
That goes back to when I was 15 years old, 16 years old, like 20 years ago. And I was at Ulster Trials, and I was scrummaging, and I knew the second row that I had was as much use as a fucking wet hanky. He was shite. There was nothing being driven up my arse at all in the scrums. Nothing. And he was this big soft lad, but he had a mouth on him, and he came out of the second row, and he was like, "There's nothing in you," and I was like, "Fucking is like hands down, like nobody could beat me at fucking scrummaging." It was just I had nothing behind me, like I just had felt like I wasn't even a shoulder in my bum type of thing, you know, when you're in the front row.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying that. He said, like, "There's nothing in you," and the scrums were being driven back again and again. And he was like, "There's nothing in you, there's nothing in you." That's fucking stuck in my head all this time. Like, so when see when I want fired up, like I say there's nothing in you, and they fuck it, I'm not lifting that deadlift. like it's fucking going up. I seen him about 10 years ago. He's fat as fuck. And he couldn't fucking lift himself off the sofa, never mind fucking lift the weights either. But yeah, stuff like that, like I find stuff like that, like small things do stay with you a lot. But like, go back to the original thing, like sometimes it's good to turn around and be like, you know, it's just you just don't want it enough right now. And it's the same with like we talked about like you doing bodybuilding and stuff, and like both of us would agree, like if you went in the proper prep for a show, like your physique would be insane, like insane, because like you're surrounded by people like locally. There's a lot of people that are into bodybuilding, or starting off bodybuilding and all, but you know they're cutting a physique which isn't particularly that great. Like, you know what I mean? Whereas you got all that size, like you know, upper body size, leg size, like everything come together. It was cut down. It would look insane, but for you, it was like wasn't worth sacrificing the lifestyle.
No, yeah, and I'd agree with that. Like,
because if you get so much happiness out of like different aspects of life.
Yeah.
You know, which you do. Like you love the socialising side of things. You love your food. You love eating out. You just love like working hard. You love enjoying your training, and then you love going out, socialising, having fun. With the restrictions of like prep and all the rest of it, like
And you can do both when you train. You know what I mean?
you can.
Even-
I didn't
even
think
if
so.
it- yeah.
I was one of these idiots, and I see so many of them at the moment, and it's one of them things where like you're just like, ugh, let them learn. But like when I started strongman, I think the first 5 years didn't go out drinking, didn't go partying, didn't go stag do's, didn't go holidays, didn't go weddings, didn't go in. It was just strongman. That's all it was. For me, going a night out and the drink was just like the worst thing you could ever do and stuff. And it was just all about head down, work hard, head down, work hard. Such a dick.
Yeah.
Such a dick. Like looking back at it now, just a waste of life. Like if you get to like, and the one I'm talking about, I was an amateur back then, and like there's so many guys that run around amateur sports and they're training like pro athletes. If you're getting paid in your sport, you're making a living at your sport, you're being successful at your sport. Okay, change the mindset a wee bit, maybe commit to it a bit more. But you know, initially starting off, you don't need to be that serious with your sport. Like just enjoy life, make the most out of it. Otherwise, you will turn around one day and be like, "Fuck them 5 years ago."
Aye. Well, that was the thing when Ethan was prepping, like the amount of times we went out for food and out for a drink or whatever. I just kept thinking like, okay, I don't need to do this, but I like doing this.
Yeah.
Like this is good. It's 10 o'clock here after work, having a wee pint. This is good. I'm gonna get a quesadilla after. Like everything. What am I gonna get?
Dickhead.
What are you getting?
I'm not saying it.
No, Chris can't say the word quesadilla, which is why. Try it. No set.
Nah, I'm gonna nail it.
Go.
You're not.
Quesadilla.
There.
There
I
you
got
go.
it first
That's it.
time. No, it is.
No,
aye.
it still
Yeah.
wasn't it.
No, it was I.
It was
Quesadilla.
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 Mm.
Yeah.
Spot
That's it.
on. Very good.
See, I got it.
Put like subtitles in that wee bit.
Just people actually know what he's trying to say.
No, yeah. I'd say the discipline stuff. If you want it enough, you could do it.
Yeah.
Could I have done bodybuilding? Yeah. Would I have hated every minute of it? Yeah.
See, I think that was the difference between just like
I just can't be bothered.
That's the
Me-
difference.
me-
That's like
me
what
and
he's
my
saying is that
prep.
he wants it, but you don't want it enough to sacrifice other parts of life.
Yeah.
And
See,
that's going back to the original thing I was saying.
I would perform better in an environment like that
Like what?
where I'm restricted
Aye. No.
and I'd put away like that there and it's like you fucking do that or it's not going to work out rather than like keeping comfortable like you can in your strongman. Obviously it's hard work, everything's there, it's just different environments. Is it? It's both just I would say equally as difficult as each other. Very different
I think
environments.
about it is important to like. There's a level of my strongman career where I'm like, yeah, I needed that. You know, I needed more discipline, more locked in. Because if you're at that level of strongman and you're like making sure you're eating all your food, making sure you're doing your rehab, making sure you're doing your mobility, making sure you're doing your training sessions right, and planning and prepping and everything, you ain't got a lot of time in that day to do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And you definitely don't want to be going out night out. You definitely don't want to be going out drinking or anything like that there. You know, it's a time to lock in and be away up. But that's when I'm talking like when I was at Brits and all the rest of it. That's that type of level. Like that's when I was winning, like, you know, proper titles and stuff. But like you see so many, like especially younger lads that are sacrificing like huge qualities of life. I wouldn't say you overly sacrificed your life. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I wouldn't say
I tried
like,
not to go
you were
like
fucking in jail type shit. Like you know what I mean? You still like
sometimes
socialise to the best you
sometimes
could.
mentally you do feel like that.
Yeah.
Like I know majority of nights I would have felt like that, but during the day I would have been fine.
Yeah.
But you still
go
went
back
out
on.
with your friends on like birthdays.
Like
You
I
just-
still
you
would have
just
went
brought
out. I
your
still
food
would
up
have
with you.
enjoyed it.
and
Or I
then-
would have just sat there and you know people would have been like, "Why are you not eating it?" And just like sort of felt bad for you. I was like, "Look, it's grand.
I leave it alone type thing.
Like it's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
It's like it's grand. Like I didn't mind going out with people, and I knew that I would regret not spending time with mates and going out with people after it
Yeah.
because then you're just like, what you're gonna do? Like turn around and be like, "Here, lads, I'm off my prep now." And just
Yeah.
like go and like try to go out. It's like it's not the way it works.
There's a lot. I think a lot of that comes down to like the social society that we're in and all these motivational speakers and all the rest of it. Like, you know, you guys know the amount of speaking that I do and all the rest of it, and like, you know, but and you get a lot of people in the business world where they like push motivational speaking as like, all right, stop working for the man, start working for yourself, and all the rest of it, and it's put across it's a bad thing to be working for somebody else. It's fucking not. See, getting paid in the same fucking date every single month, fuck all wrong with that there. Do you know what I mean? This is like, you hear so much of that where like, oh, been working for the man, start working for yourself, stand on your own 2 feet, put your money in your own pocket,
escape the matrix shit,
There's nothing wrong working 9 to 5 and getting paid on the 25th every month, and you know exactly how much money's going in your bank account, and you can focus on everything else in life. That's what got me going to strongman when there was no money in strongman at the start. Like working in the bank paid for my strongman. It paid every expense that I had with strongman. It paid every flight, hotel, fucking supplements, fucking training, fucking everything. It paid everything. There's nothing wrong. That job suited me really well at that time of life. But there's just this huge push that, like, you know, you have to, like, if you work a 9 to 5 job, you're almost like feeling or something. Like you have to be self-employed.
If you'd been at that point and trying to build a business,
one would have succeeded, one would have failed, or both would have failed if you tried to push it both. And it's like, as I said before, like the 100% thing is bullshit. And if you are putting 100% into something, you really need to fucking evaluate where it's drawn out. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody turns around to me and says, oh, I put 100% into my sport, it'd be like, you're not got a girlfriend, you're not got a wife, you're not got children, you're not self-employed. So you're putting 100, you're telling me, like, fucking Expo that time, I wanted to throw something at them. Do you know what I mean? Them boys that was on stage, we were sitting listening to some of these boys that were on stage talking, and they're all like, oh, I give 100% to my bodybuilding, I give 100% to this, and fucking this sport and that sport, and like, I'm 100% all day, every day, that's all I think about, da 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 da. And then the next thing they tell you that they're also an online coach, and they're a coach, you know. It's like, how are you putting 100% into being a bodybuilder or being whatever, and clients are paying you like £300-400 a month for you to coach them? Do you not understand how percentages work? Like, if you put 100% into something, that means 0% goes into like your job, your career, your family, your all that there, your friends. They all get 0%, while one thing in your life's getting 100%. So like, I always think like properly evaluating your percentages that way is a huge thing. Like properly like saying, right, well, I give about 60% to my bodybuilding, my strongman, my powerlifting, my sport, whatever it is, because I still need to focus on my business. And sometimes a year it might be 60% to your sport, whereas other times a year it might be 40% to your sport, or 30% to your sport.
I think a better way to put it is, if you're trying to like talk about it, it's like put everything you can into it. It's like you can still get, like, if someone's hyping you up and trying to psych you up and all, they're like, put everything you can into this. Yeah. It's like, that's still like, you're still taking that. Yeah. But it's not, it's like, you're not telling them, you need to be putting 100% into this. Everything you do needs to be about this. This is the way it's going to be. This is your life now. Yeah. It's like, you need to put everything you can into this. Yeah. Most people take that the same way, but it sort of is a different meaning of, you know, give what you can to it. Yeah. No, and not sacrifice anything else.
Right, guys, that brings us to a wrap. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to another episode of Barely Lifting Podcast. If you guys have any questions, drop us questions through on our Instagram page, and we will bring them in to the next podcast. For now, keep lifting, stay safe, and be strong.